Disclaimer. Hey everyone, just a quick heads up before we get started. I want to let you know I'm completely transparent. This channel shares my personal trading journey and insights, including discussions of significant gains. Please remember, past performance is not a guarantee of future success, and all trading involves substantial risk. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Please always do your own research and consult with a professional financial advisor before making any trading decisions. I am not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided in this video. Use this information at your own risk. This is the $8 challenge. Thanks so much for coming by. Today is just going to be a quick recap for week 3, and I am very happy to say the account is up 625% from the start. And I made 19 trades this week, 11 green, 2 red, and 6 break even, and that is 84% accuracy and 57 if you include the break even trades. So, nothing too crazy, no big plays in there, just consistent gains day over day, and it's just adding up. So very happy with how it's all playing out. It just goes to show and prove that you don't need a lot of money to start trading. So many people out there will lead you to believe that you need to start with hundreds or thousands of dollars. In reality, you can start with a small amount and you can learn to grow it from there. And I think that's the best thing you can do, because if you can grow a small account, you can grow a big account.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
And trust me, it is so much easier to trade with a bigger pile of money. So, starting with a small amount really teaches you how to be disciplined and be patient and wait for those right setups. So if you're new here, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And drop that like down below. It really helps out the algorithm. So anyways, diving right in here, looking at the 15-minute chart from the last week. And you can see it was a bit of a consolidation week. We had 52-week high breakout after that huge gap up. And then that big sell-off. That day was huge. Lots of money to be made and lost on that day. So pretty interesting to see, and I'm so curious to see if we're going to kind of finally break out of this tight range that we're trading in. Especially today, it was just such a tight range. And if we're going to finally get that breakout to hit those 52-week highs and ultimately hit all-time highs, which is going to be pretty crazy. I think most people, including myself, expected somewhat of a pullback before we started reaching these levels, but I've said it before, the market never ceases to amaze me. And you can see here on the daily chart a little bit better. We're just kind of consolidating out in this area, and if you scroll on over to the left, you can see where we're basing out and kind of why we are at these levels. So this is the previous all-time high, and right now we are just sitting on this shelf area right here and building support. So I'm not surprised that this is the level we are kind of at right now, but I am anxious to see that next move. Sideways days are so boring. Today felt a little bit like watching paint dry. So all right, let's take a look at the account, and you can see Monday 6%, Tuesday 5%, Wednesday 7%, Thursday 8%, and Friday 9%. So just consistent gains day over day. And you can see the account up 625% from the start. And like I said, this just proves you do not need to start with a lot of money. You can start with $5, $10. Although I recommend starting out with more if you can, because it is much easier to trade with a larger pile of money, 100%. But trading with a small amount of money can teach you great discipline and really sharpen your skills, which ultimately will help you manage that bigger pile of money better. And when your account is large, it's just going to be so much easier to trade because of the skills you've worked up growing a small account. So anyways, that is all I have for the week. If you're new here, I am completely transparent, always have been, always will be. I share all my transaction history, and I think that really sets me apart from a lot of people online who only share screenshots. They don't show you their account, and they hide all the details. And the reason this is blurred here is because today, the day of filming this, was a red day, unfortunately. So I'll save that information for the next video for you guys. So be on the lookout for that one. It might be a day late. We'll see how this kind of works out. As you know, this video is already a little bit late. So thank you all for the support. I greatly appreciate it. It helps out a lot, all the likes, comments, all the sharing. And it's just really cool to see everyone engaged and, just wanting to become better at trading and just better their lives ultimately. So really cool to see, and I'm so excited to see what the future has to bring. And speaking of futures, I will be starting back on trading futures soon, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, hope you stay happy and healthy. I'll see you tomorrow.